So I decided that I want to carve a pumpkin for Halloween. So I asked Ili while I was at the vet with Sushi to get me a pumpkin to carve, and got me a green pumpkin. And I was like, why is it yellow? And then she was like, because they don't have yellow, apparently. Is it true that we don't have yellow pumpkins in the country? Like, are all pumpkins green? Look at this! And it's flat. Huh? What? So I asked Edie to buy me a pumpkin to carve for Halloween. And she got me this green, round, flat disc. Don't they get yellow pumpkins in Sri Lanka? In the big ones?
Kochi market is a place that has whole pumpkins. मैं बात कर के दिया और मैं गिना मार्केट के लिए नहीं मैं पेपर से नहीं गिना है मन मार्केट किया उसे बाहर पानी बैठ मान मार्केट में जाता है रुपया 10 के बाद ना मार्केट में बंद हुआ ना नहीं वो
मार्केट की बात कर
मन पाड़ेगा कौन है रात में
कहाँ पाड़ना है तुम्हें
ඕක කහ පාටයි
නෑ කොළ පාට
නෑ එයා වෙන හැටි ඕක තමයි තෝරන පොළ ඉන්නේ කොළ පාට ගන්න ඕනේ කියලා කහ පාට කියලා
උඩින් කපන්නේ තියෙන උඩින් වටරාමටම කපලා ඇතුලේ ඔක්කොම මේ හැන්දකින් හරි මොන හරි ඔක්කොම යාර ගාලා
වට කහයයි විහියම තමයි හර ගන්න
හැන්දකෝ දෙන්නකෝ I'm using your knife to carve a pumpkin. She literally looks like a satanic spirit. Huh?
Maybe I want to hard gun to make it ready. Okay, but take up.
No, I be the again. Hand the good then. Are ice cream hand then? Oh,
make a hurry.
Unhurry. At the aching scoop back I gun to plan. හිටින්නේ නැහැ නේ එහෙම
මෙහෙම හිටවන්න නෙමෙයි මේක දැන් ඉල්ලන්නේ හදන්නේ
නෑ නිකන් තියන්න
කොහෙද තියන්නේ බිම
උඩ අර සංශේඩේ
එහෙනම් ඉතින් මේක යට මොකක් හරි තියමු මේ පොඩ්ඩක් මේක උඩින් මෙහෙම නැහැලා මෙතනින් පොඩ්ඩක්
නෑ ඔය පැත්තට කම් මේක කරන්න මූණ මේ පැත්තට කරන්න මේ අතරත් කරන්න පුළුවන් හැබැයි ඒක නිකන් මහත් එකක් වගේ තියෙන නැත්නම් වැටේ
අරි මූණක් වියකින් මේක නිකන් අර මේ පෝච්චි තියෙන මේවා ඒකට බසන්න පුළුවන් අපිට තියෙනකෝ. මෙන්න මේවා රවුම් වල.
පෝච්චි එකට දාලා වැඩක් නෑ චි.
නෑ මේ හිතවල තියන්නේ මෙහෙම.
ඊයා.
යටි.
ඉතින් පෝච්චිය යෝකේ දෙකම පිටිලයි.
මම දැන් මේකට උසේව හොයන මේකට උස වට කමන් දෙක නෑ මේවා.
ලංකාවේ නැද්ද?
එහෙනම් අරක තමයි ඩුබායි වට්ටක්ක.
ඩුබායි වට්ටක්ක කොහෙද යන්නේ?
පොඩි ගෙඩියක් නේ. අර උස බෝලේ වල බැලුම ගෙඩිය. ඒව නම් ලොකු සාමාන්‍ය ලොකු එකද තියෙන්නේ.
ඉතින් කොහෙන්ද ගන්නේ ඩුබායි?
ඒව මාකට් එකේ බලන්න ඕනේ ගිහින්.
කාමන්නේ ඕක කරමුකෝ මුලින්ම.
ඕ මේක මේ ගලහස් නිකන් අපරාධ.
ඒක තමයි අපරාධ නැතකම් ඕ. නිකන්
රතු පාට වෙන්න හුඟක් ඇල්ලුවොත් හුඟක් රස්නේ වුණොත් බැලේ බෙදෙන්නේ නැතුව නිකන් පෙරලා පාන්නේ. අර කහ පාට.
Okay, so before carving any damn pumpkins, I need to buy my grandmother a solar light because I said that I would. Not that I said that I would, I was planning to, because her garage is kind of dark, and since it's her birthday tomorrow, we thought to get a solar light. So I'm gonna do that first, and then carve pumpkins. So my mother told me yesterday that she's feeling a bit like not right, not proper. And today in the morning she didn't have like breakfast properly also. And now Idi came and asked me like, hey, and then I was like, no, she's not really feeling well. And then she's like, ooh, and now she's convinced that she went to the garden and got bitten by like a dengue mosquito or something, and that's why she's not feeling well. Weirdly though, I am also not feeling 100%. So I don't know if it's like she got some bug from somewhere. I'm hoping it's not freaking, you know what. කියන්න බෑ ඉතින් ඒ.
දැන් කතා කරලා මොනවද කිව්වත් දන්නේ. කතා කරලා මාව ඒක නිසා
නෑ ආයෙම බාත් නේ.
කඩේ කෑම නම් රහ නැහැලු ඕවා ගෙනාවෙන වැඩක් නැහැලු රිසෙප් තිබුණා රහ යන්නේ ගන්නවා. ඒ පාවුවනේ මට දුකත් විතර වෙන්නේ. ඔව් ගාන රහ කරනවා මයි. එයා කියලා කඩේ කෑම නම් රහ නැතාම මම සසරවත් මම කියන්නේ නෑ. දැන් බෑ ඔක්කො වෙන්නේ. ඔව් මම
Okay, so the annoying old lady is already here. I'm probably gonna crack open the beer in a bit because I need some level of alcohol in my bloodstream to be able to put up with, you know, certain social events or social events sometimes. But yeah, anyways, until then, I'm gonna carve pumpkins. Green, flat, seedy looking pumpkins. Let me show you what I found. Okay, so I did a bit of research on YouTube, so I kind of have an idea since I've never done this before. Well, let me. Okay, so I'm either thinking something that kind of looks like this, but the thing with this is because my pumpkin is so like flat and disc looking, I feel like this works better for like a taller sort of pumpkin. Or maybe something like this, cause like
and you should have something which looks like this.
See, I think that works much better for something that's flatter and diskier, cause that can be made like small, and this can also be done like in like a little strip, so this is a lot more like minimizable to fit this teeny tiny size. So yeah, I might go for this. Let me try it and see. I don't even know where to get started. I've never actually chopped up a pumpkin before, so this might get messy. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna start drinking already because it's already 12, which means they're gonna call me for lunch any minute now, and I need the alcohol in my system. Also, yeah, I'm casually watching like a Sam and Colby video about like the Conjuring house. Okay, so I think step number 1 would be to like mark out like where I'm going to put the face. Should probably do it on this side because I feel like number 1 it's yellow, which we kind of need, except we got a green pumpkin. But also it feels a bit like thicker here than like this side. So yeah, I'm probably gonna, yeah, see even on camera, this looks more, yeah. I think I'm gonna draw it out here and then carve it out from here. I'm not working with a lot of surface area here, and this thing is like very, very curved, but I think I did an okay job. It kind of looks like the thing in the video. So yeah, now it's time to get down to the carving part, which is probably going to be the messiest of them all. Okay, so I'm about to get started. I have absolutely no clue what I'm doing right now, but I think I just need to just like stop it. Does it like go in? Is our pumpkin's hollow? I feel like from the stuff I've seen. Oh, it just went in. Okay. It doesn't feel very hollow. I feel like I'm stabbing someone. Ew, and it's like oozing like yellow blood. This is a lot stiffer than I expected it to be. I actually didn't know what I expected it to be. I thought it'd be like a watermelon, but apparently not. The top left eyebrow. Also, I apologize if like the video seems to just like randomly cut off, because my phone is acting super weird. Remember the last thing I posted with the whole Marine Drive thingy? Even then it kept like cutting off, and I thought it was because it was overheating because there was sun and it was on the dashboard. But I don't think so, because it keeps doing that all the time, even like normally. Like I'll be just like watching something on YouTube, and then it would just like glitch, like the display just glitches, and then whatever I'm doing just like disappears. So yeah, even when I'm recording right now, it just like it's recording right now, and then like randomly the whole thing would just like glitch for like a second, like go completely black, and then like it would just stop recording and then start again. So okay, I've gotten like the top and the bottom of the eyebrow. I'm just cutting off the sides. Okay, moment of truth. Let me see if this actually. So how the hell do you get it out? Okay, let me show you what I'm doing. So like, I carved this bit, but like, how do you like how deep does it need to go for you to be able to sort of, you know, carve it out? Okay. I think I finally figured it out. It's coming up. It's coming up. Let me see how deep this actually goes. Because it's... Okay. So like... Oh, okay. It doesn't actually go... So it goes up to like... around an inch? Oh, interesting. Okay, now I'm liking this. Now I got 2 eyebrows out. Also, I just realized that since I'm playing with knives and shit, this probably might not have been the best idea to, you know, get drunk in the process. But I'll let you know if I accidentally stabbed myself. Also, I just heard my mom's horn, which means the food is here. So wish me luck, because I'm about to go to the snake pit of old aunties. So I finally managed to pull out the other eye out. I'd like chop it in like half to be able to get it out. And I just realized like how deep and like chasm like the inside of a pumpkin looks like. What if there's like a snake or something inside, just slithers out and like, ugh. Ew, that's disgusting. Yeah, I'm getting pretty used to this. So essentially you just carve out that bit, and then you can't get this whole piece out in like one big chunk, because it kind of damages the edges like it happened on this eye. So I kind of sliced it in half and took one chunk out first, and then you get the other one out. And we have 2 eyes and 2 eyebrows now. Kinda getting there, maybe. The face?
Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. Sweet. Come. Dance yourself.
Going right?
Yes.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to pause my pumpkin carving for now, because lunch is ready. So it's time to go into the snake pit. Probably not gonna record because it's gonna be awkward as fuck, but if I can sneak a recording, I will try. So the next t-shirt on the list is this. I must say it is an excellent choice because it says Clubs and Societies Executive Camp, which would be brilliant to impress people and, reconfirm the fact that I'm a totally responsible, academic obsessed, qualifications obsessed, progression obsessed Sri Lankan human being. Like, totally not, but doesn't matter. Nobody needs to know that shit. Hey boys, I'm about to go into the snake pit, so wish me luck. I survived. So my friends came over to eat the leftovers, and now my room literally looks like a freaking war zone. Okay, so it's the next day now, and today is going to be a bit of a jingle and a half as well, because it's my grandmother's actual birthday, and she keeps like she, people keep calling her, and then she can't hear like who. She asks them who they are, to like wish her, and then she asks them who they are, and then she can't like hear what they say, and then she just pretend like she knows who she's talking to, and then she invites them to come here for like, come in the afternoon for a drink, or like just something, some tea maybe in the afternoon. And then after she cuts it, she's asking my mother, who is it, who called. I was like, very good, very good. I should inform all the rogues in Colombo that you should just call and wish my grandmother for her birthday, and then she doesn't need to know who you are. She'll just invite you to come to the house and kill us all. Also, I still have like half this bitch's mouth to chop open. Also, did you know that Halloween is actually some sort of like Celtic festival that was kind of like, it's part of like the whole like Wicca kind of tradition, so like pre-Christian Europe basically, and then it just kind of got like absorbed into the sort of like wider sort of Christianized European world, and then obviously Europe went to America, and then the US kind of like commercialized the whole thing, and that's how it became like this like global thing. But the original thing is, it's called Samhain, like Samhain. I think that's how it's spelled. I was reading the Wicca Bible recently. I know, right? And yeah, it's very interesting. It's a summer festival or something like that. I don't know. After carving this witch, I will, get the book and explaino. I don't know why, but pumpkin, like, especially once I've like left it overnight, it smells a bit like watermelon, like especially like watermelon juice, when like drink it. Is it the same family? Is watermelon and pumpkin the same family? I mean, this one especially looks similar because it's not yellow like I wanted it to be, but yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of done. Like, I still need to kind of scrape out that part. I might actually make like teeth with this, sort of like an in-between of the two things I was looking up on YouTube. And I also need to like cut the top part off so I can put the candle inside. But so far it's looking kind of okay, I think. A bit of a problem. I chopped the top part off, but like, I can't get it out. Mine, I kind of like chopped it up into pieces and just took it out. Because even though if I keep it, like, it's not going to stay on there, it's going to just fall in. And if I'm putting the candle there, like, this pumpkin is so like shallow that like if I actually cover it, the candle will probably just burn the whole damn thing down. So let's just leave it like, exposed. Now I basically have to scoop out all this rubbish from the inside with an ice cream scoop. like so. To slice the finger open. And I wasn't even drunk. So now I chopped up like from the leftover pieces, like 2 little pieces. So like there's like 2 buck teeth kind of basically. And but just to make sure they stay, I think I'm gonna get like toothpicks and like, pin them through with toothpicks so it stays. And so I basically like stab them with toothpicks and like squash them in. Yeah. Okay, now I need to go get a candle. මේ ඉටි පාන්දම පත්තු කරලා දෙන්නකෝ.
ඇයි?
පත්තු කරලා දෙන්න මම පෙන්නන්න. මගේ මේ තක්කාලි ගෙඩිය. තක්කානේ වට්ටක් ඔව්. ආ? මොකද?
තම්බන්න බෑ හොඳට. ඒක තැම්බුනේ නැත්තම් කන්න.
Oh, that is lovely, gorgeous, gorgeous. මේ හැන්දෙන් තමයි හැරුවේ. මේ මොකද?
ආයෙ වන්දන්නේ. ඉතින් ඔක ඇතුළට බසන්න දන්නේ ඔක.
ඉන්නක බලන්න ඕන.
दाते के लोग मागे देवी सुआ डालोनी I also want to take
नहीं जाने टिका कम हालता
वहां में खागो ले देंगे
close all the curtains
यार क्यों जी हमें
दर वहां close the door
आपे
oh that is gorgeous absolutely gorgeous
sweet get up में nice
yeah
वारुणा सैंडी वर्क
आज लेने क्या ना
These are the teeth.
yeah I put like 2 rabbit teeth
Very nice. It's nice and clear.
yeah don't take with the flash otherwise you can't see the candle no inside the light inside yeah that's why it's lit
They do it without the flash.
so turn off the flash
This is the flash.
yeah this yellow
baby.
huh
තව එළිය සැරට තිබුණා නම්.
එළියේ
එළිය ටිකක් වැඩි සැරට තිබුණා නම් හොඳයි.
එහෙනම් ලොකු ඉටි බන්දමක් ගහන්න නැතුළු එළිය එහෙම නෑ
මේ නිකන් ඉති බන්දමක් දෙනම් බන්ටි ටිකක්.
ගේන්න බෑ
The flash is on.
තව පොඩ්ඩක් ලොකු මොකද ඕකේ චූටි
පාරේ කට්ටිය.
පරණ එකක් නෑ
අර විතරක් එකක් තියනවා මචං. කොහොමද? දැන් මේ අයි
so this one's also in a වීදුරුව
මේක දාන්නකො බේබි. මෙන්න මේ වගේ කන්නේ.
shall I use that one shall I use this
කොහොමද?
are you going to use this some present or something
එළිය තියෙන ඉති බන්දමක් දෙන්න. ගන්න ඕනේ ඒවා ගන්න. ගන්න. ආයෙ නමෙන්. You know what you have to do, Dan?
what
You have to say there is a questionnaire that has to be filled by members over 70. What? Questionnaire. This is too high.
that's what so that's why I said I put one of these because then it's flatter no?
Yes.
then the light will come more from the bottom
This would be better.
or this because this is completely flat
Yeah, that is completely flat. But that might be too high, not high enough. It might be below this.
then this
This is all right.
yeah
That's good.
I'll use that then
Light it and see.
can light from that right
Better go and do.
That's nicer.
That's better.
Yeah, now it's brighter. Turn off the lights and see. Right. Yes, that's much nicer.
That's better. Now put this off.
Yeah, that's better.
Can you move this tooth? Can you move that a little that way to come between the two teeth?
But let me see from the...
To come between the two teeth, the light.
A bit to the left, no?
Yeah. Bit to the left.
Right.
Yes, that's better. Prema series. See, man, who goes for vegetables to Prema series?
Elizabeth
Go to the
only.
market. Market is the place for those Prema series. Have one or two things just for
Anyway, is it the first time, no?
people who go for vegetables. Go to the market. You can get anything. She's very lazy to walk to the market. Closer place.
Anyways, it doesn't matter. So next time I'll try and look for a bigger, try and look for a taller one next time.
Yes.
Now all the stuff that I pulled out, this pulp, what to do with that?
You can cook. All the good pieces, the eyes and the nose and the mouth and all, you can cook. The top. She buys what is there, right on top, she'll buy and come. Not like, if you want something, you have to go and choose. Now when I made one of these, I went and
When did you make?
I got a nice yellow one.
When did you make?
Long ago, and I made and took to senior citizens. Long
No.
ago, when I was young enough to do those things.
You got a yellow one?
Yellow one.
You got a yellow one?
Yes.
So you can get yellow ones in Sri Lanka?
You can get, but
Mostly they are green.
yes.
Ah.
But usually it's the green ones are the ones. No, they are good enough.
Just to put, I'm going to put it on the sunshade. I'm going to put it on the sunshade. In front of on top of the front door.
Yeah. That's a little too high,
What?
sunshade.
Then you can see it from the road?
Yes, I know. Yes, that's the only place where you can
Yeah.
put Auntie Rani's garage, that corner,
Mhm.
that low section, on that.
But then it's on her house now.
Yeah.
No, I put it on the roof. It won't slide because it's a pumpkin.
But you will have to keep it the road.
Yeah. I put up stone or something to make sure it doesn't roll down.
Clever.
Yeah.
To save time, money, and stress. The 280,000 rupees complete the ACB Foundation in 8 months and enroll into universities in UK, Australia, or ACB partnered universities in Sri Lanka.
Oh yeah. Also, after the first day, I started realizing the candle actually gets blown off very early because, like the wind that's been kind of like rainy these days. So, in order to prevent like the wind from blowing India off from the top, I literally took like the lid off of a Crisco biscuit tin and put it on top of the freaking pumpkin. spooky history lesson. Now I want you to turn to page number 71 in your Wicca Bibles, and we shall discuss the origins of Halloween. Okay, so I was basically reading this book recently, and I came across a very interesting phenomena. So, let me find the interesting phenomena first. Found it. This Samhain, I think that's how you pronounce it, I'm not too sure. Samhain, Samhain, the Festival of the Dead. So, it says, celebrated on the last day of October in the northern hemisphere, because because kind of like a European, like pre-Christian tradition, so yeah. And the first day of May in the southern, Samhain stands halfway between the autumn equinox, Modron, and Yule. Equinox, if I'm not mistaken, is basically like in countries where there are seasons, it's like there's like one day where the length of the daytime and the nighttime is like exactly the same. So basically the like midpoint of like seasons changing. So yeah, it is sometimes seen as the beginning of winter, but it is also the festival of the dead, when we remember and honor the ancestors. It is a magical time when the veil between the worlds of the dead and the living is thin, and in Wicca we celebrate death as a part of life, and to give positive value to the idea of going into the dark. Our Celtic ancestors saw Samhain, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, as a key point of the year's turning, a chance to begin anew. The 18th century, I can't see it properly, wait. So I basically lit up like candles and shit to make this look as spooky as possible. But now I'm realizing I can't really see with the damn candles, so The 18th century scholarly monk Bede noted that custom named November the blood month, and he attributed this to the slaughter of beasts in preparation for winter provisions. Okay, so like remember that, I can't remember what it is called, but there's this festival in China where they like kill dogs, and it still kind of happens, but they like, have like dog meat, and like people, like all the animal rights people, like losing their shit during that time. But I think even that was kind of like a something to do with the winter solstice in like Chinese tradition. I kind of read about it at one point, but basically it was like, so apparently dog meat increases your like body temperature or something like that, and like that region of China has like really severe winters. I'm assuming this is like the part of China that's like bordering like Siberia, and so they have this festival just pre-entering into winter where they would like slaughter dogs and they would eat dog meat in order to basically increase their body temperatures, and that like by consuming dog meat, your body temperatures are higher than like normal, and so you're able to stay warm during these severe winters. So this kind of has sort of like and it reminds me of that in a way, because it said like November the blood month, and he attributed this to the slaughter of beasts in preparation for winter provisions, because like winter is when most food resources would probably dry up in these parts of the world, so you need to sort of stock up. So the slaughter of animals in preparation for winter, and with the surplus from summer burnt on a bale fire, our peace made with the dead, and preparations made for the winter. Our ancestors may well have seen this as a key departure point from the old cycle into the new. So it's sort of like a new chapter kind of thing. This is why pagans today refer to this festival as the Celtic New Year. Although Samhain is literally first frost. Okay, so Samhain basically means first frost. Although Samhain, and thus the first of the winter festivals, it also marks preparations for change. And then there's a massive picture of a pumpkin. So I was like, oh, okay. So this has some kind of link to Halloween and like the whole pumpkin carving thing. So pumpkins are often used to create lantern faces for the Samhain festivities. So basically Halloween, as we know it today, from like the sort of Americanized, commercialized version of it, seems to have kind of descended from this sort of Celtic Wicca sort of pre-Christian European sort of tradition of entering winter and sort of celebrating like a turning over of sort of like time in a way. Celebrating the crone goddess. The season is associated with ghost spirits and the dead walking. It is the season of the hag or Cailleach, Scottish Gaelic meaning old woman. The crone aspect of the goddess who midwives us with great compassion from life to death. She is Rhiannon, goddess of transition. Ceridwen, goddess of the cauldron of transformation. And Hecate, I'm butchering all these names. Weaver of wisdom and guardian at the crossroads. The crone goddess is celebrated to some extent in the plastic masks and costumes that children wear as Halloween masks today. See, nowadays witches celebrate by holding a ritual in which we name, honor, remember and speak with the dead. Beginning with those who have died in the last year, we move on to family and friends and then commemorate all our ancestors. Then out of grief, we bring back joy and name the newborn babies of the last year, the new friends and opportunities we have met. Samhain serves as a reminder that life contains death, but it also contains a mystery of rebirth and the movement of the cycle ever onwards. This is the season of the hag goddess, associated with nocturnal creatures like the owl. Like literally, like this entire like, I remember reading this and thinking like, this sounds so like, this is what literally Halloween comes from. Like Halloween originated, and I mean, I'm saying originated, but that's kind of wrong because there are still people who practice Wicca today. These are not like dead ancient Egypt traditions. These are things that are still like living on today. But I just found it like absolutely fascinating that like, you know, when we think of Halloween today, we just think of this like sort of like horror movie festival day almost, kind of like where we just run around like wearing spooky shit, and no one really like, I don't know, I just find it like really interesting. No one really like, I don't think a lot of people know the actual origins of a lot of the things that we do, like a lot of the traditions and stuff that we like do like during these types of things, and a lot of us don't really know the sort of history of how these things actually came to be. So yeah, just reading this, super interesting. I'm down to learning more about Wicca. I find Wicca very, very interesting, if I'm being honest. Unfortunately, it involves a lot of reading, and I'm not really good at that, so yes. But yeah, that is a little backstory of how Halloween became Halloween.